Hi, everybody. Even though there's nobody here, I'm just testing out the live stream function for my YouTube channel. This is the first time that I'm trying this function of the YouTube Studio built-in live stream. So one of the things I want to test out is the screen sharing. I think it would be, I'm not seeing, is the mic, I'm not seeing the sound level changing and rising. It's going to be a good test. I want to test out I'm going to test the screen sharing to see if I can window. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to share this window. Oh, yes. And it automatically puts me down there in the corner. I dig that. Okay. I'm going to do Timothy Leary, how to operate your brain. I'm going to do a hypothetical reaction video. And I want to see if this will actually record the effects. And this video is a blast from the past, the psychedelic 90s. Here we go. I'm going to put this in full screen. These digital techniques. I saw him do this presentation live in Phoenix, Arizona. It was SummerSlam. He gave a multimedia presentation, very similar to this, live. So he gets into the counterculture history of America. He talks about the first wave of counterculture during the 1920s of prohibition, and their illegal drug of choice was alcohol, and they were into jazz and weed. And then he talks about the second wave of counterculture in the United States is the 1960s and the hippies, and their drug of choice was LSD, rock and roll music, the electric guitar. Then he talked about rave culture in the 1990s was the third wave of counterculture. And this was global, not just the United States, of course. The other ones also were not just the United States. The rave culture, the 90s, and their drug of choice was MDMA, and their music is techno. And he was encouraging us youngsters who were there, people in their 20s and from the older teenagers to mid 20s. That was the age of the crowd. He's saying, you are the tomorrow people. You are the future. You are the. This is the thing. They call it Generation X, whatever. Before that, they called us hip hop generation. To me, it's the rave generation. In the 90s, from the early 90s all of us that were into punk rock and skateboarding, not all of us, but many of us, um, were really participating in the underground electronic music, psychedelic rave culture, and it was a big deal. It really was a big deal, and of course, a lot of that has been passed on to the younger generations, but it really was a big deal. 1992, people were getting involved with that in 1988, 89, 90, 91. I personally got involved with that in 1992, although I first heard techno music in Detroit from Jeff Mills playing live on the radio as the Wizard on 98 WJLB. I heard live techno DJ by Jeff Mills when I went on a family vacation in 1988. It was 1988. So I was exposed to live techno DJing. And later in 1989, I had some techno uh, records, Bomb the Bass, Beat This. I had that on 12-inch single. I had some techno music that was on the radio, and but that cassette tape, I recorded it. I recorded it on cassette, the live broadcast over the radio of the Wizard, Jeff Mills, on 98 WJLB. Uh, that really blew my mind. Then I had a copy of the 808 XL, 808 XL. I had a copy of that in probably 1990 or 1991. It wasn't until 1992 though that I actually went to a rave. And it wasn't until 1993, I think, until I actually started experimenting with psychedelic drugs and continued going to raves. Uh, Timothy Leary, though, his writings and his multimedia presentations like this for me, uh, he was he was an important literary figure. I'm just a nobody. I'm curious if this is going to come across smooth, because on my preview, it's very sketchy. This video that I'm playing is very sketchy. Even looking at myself, the movement of my own arms, it's very choppy and sketchy. Now, if if I watch the recording of it at the end and it's smooth and legible and it all flows, then I'll be impressed. But right now, it's very sketchy, and there's a delay. I see there's a delay from like when I press play to where I see it on my own preview screen. But here's where Tim gets into talking about authorities, right? His big thing: think for yourself, question authority. Right? That's what it was in the 90s. In the 60s, it was tune in, turn on, drop out. A lot of people, until a lot of people in the psychedelic community, they really are angry at him for the whole dropout thing. How dare you drop out, drop out? But he's talking about dropping out of the military-industrial complex. He's talking about dropping out of these dominator systems that Terence McKenna would talk about, dominator culture versus partnership. He's talking about dropping out of the military-industrial complex, dropping out of these capitalist financial systems, dropping out and coming together and forming your own communities. And that was effective and revolutionary in a different kind of way. Now, yeah, that's not everybody's path. There's not one size fits all. Some people need to drop out. Some people need to work within the system for reforms. Some people need to leave and go live with indigenous people. Some people have different paths. Some people need to do their own thing. What do I know? I don't know shit. Here we go. Surf the wave of chaos. Learn how to redesign your own reality. So this is a thing. You create your own reality, which is very solipsism, right? Gets into the new age thing. You manifest your own reality, and you need to learn how to manifest differently. There's some truth to that, but there's a lot of nonsense to that also. A lot of things, we're born into this world. We didn't manifest this shit. Shit was just like this. Sometimes we're just thrown into situations that we didn't manifest, and yeah, okay, collectively we can change things, but very often, right? If you're someone, again, and he talks about the people of Socrates' time giving him the hemlock because Socrates said, know thyself. Um, well, Socrates didn't manifest getting executed, right? People don't manifest. People are born into countries that have the problems that they have. They don't manifest those, right? This isn't karma from some past lives. This is human systems. Very often if we're born into very wealth and privilege, or we're born into poverty and destitute, we're born somewhere in the middle, where we do often have more ability to change things than we often realize, and it's important to help someone realize that they are empowered to make some changes, but those changes are not unlimited. You do have to do certain steps to make changes, and oftentimes the changes that we want require a community, not just an individual this idea that, okay, I'm going to manifest in my brain this narcissistic, solipsistic, right? That somehow this new age philosophy tends to say to people, everything that happens in your life, it's your doing. It's your responsibility, your fault. You manifested everything. So if you had abusive parents, you chose those parents and you manifested that situation. You're mugged, raped, assaulted, murdered. You did that. You manifested that. Blah, 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 blah. No. Some people are victimized oftentimes. And, well, everybody is both a beneficiary of their circumstances and a victim of their circumstances simultaneously. This is where Tim really gets into the new age solipsism. You create your own reality. Your brain is a reality generating machine, and you've got to, create your own reality. There is a lot of truth to that. Only so far, though, right? If you really want to be a giraffe, you can't just say, you're a giraffe. Now, some people say, well, if you really want to be a giraffe, then you're going to manifest that in your next life. You're going to be reincarnated in giraffe. Hey, maybe I'll be reincarnated as a giraffe in my next life, and everything's all perfect. Blah 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 blah. I don't think that's what's really happening, though. I think that there are limitations. That there are some things that you can control and some things you can't control. And there are some things that you can't control. However, it's going to take this. Maybe it's worth doing. Maybe it's not worth doing. Uh, it's not like, oh, your brain is just manifesting everything that happens to you. That's solipsism. And yeah, philosophically, it's just not a good spot to be in. Meditation technique. This is a good meditation. Create your own order, create your own groove, create your own vibe, create your own trip. Do things your way. That's a healthy, to a point. To a point. Because what we really want is to be groovy in community. We don't just want to do our own. We want to do our own thing. Certainly, this is better attitude than fascism. Obey the Bible. Obey the dictator. Create your own group using your brain. That's a much better message. People hate on Tim too much. They hate on Tim because of the whole dropout thing. But dropping out is exercise. I think when after you drop out for a while, you should come back. I think dropping out. Think for yourself. Question authority. Think with your friends. There you go. Great. Great. New realities. Philosophy is a team sport. There he goes. He's hitting on it. Oh, he's hitting. Learning how to operate your brain, how to operate your mind, redesign, chaos, funky mushroom, religious leaders, political leaders. They want to give you orders to run your life, to determine how to think. basic goal is to tell them, fuck you! Operate for yourself, operate your own mind. It's 3,000 years ago. A group of human beings in Athens, Greece, a new philosophy, humanism. Humanism. The aim of life is to know thyself. Thank you. Yes, all those checks. Word, Socrates. In small groups, learning from each other, changing, growing. You can't say that, Socrates. The gods are weak. Think of yourself. Question. Word. audio is coming. Test, 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 test. Okay. I can hear myself talking, but I'm not hearing. So I think I'm going to have to use OBS. Because I'm sharing my screen and the video is coming through, but the audio is not. So I'm sharing. So this is I'm going to have to use OBS to share video with sound. I'm going to have to use OBS. So if I just want to share a website, static screen and no sound, I can use this to share. Controls your eyeballs, programs your brain. Really good reminder. Only so I'm gonna do another test today. I'm gonna continue the OBS streaming and I'm gonna share this with the sound. Another test today. 90s. Power to the pupil. Power to that pupil. I don't think any of the sound is coming. It just sounds like ping, 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 ping. electrons, photons. Okay, I chatted. Text to. I don't think the sound is coming through from the video. I'm going to do another live stream with the OBS software, which should allow me to stream videos like this and include the audio. The YouTube's built-in live streaming tool, it doesn't look like the audio is being translated through the recording, through the live stream. Only my microphone, not the audio from the video that I'm playing when I'm doing the live stream. As soon as this video is live stream, which is in about 3 minutes, this video will be done. Actually, a minute, this video will be done. I want to learn how to sign into my YouTube live stream using the OBS software. I'll be able to do a stream like this, but include the video's audio in my live stream. This is not. This is showing. It's only showing the screen share, but it's not doing the audio share as well. This is just me learning how to live stream. This is practice run. I want to do another one. Get the audio going. I like to be able to watch a movie and react to it. But you got to be able to hear the sound. With this mode, two things. I don't even know if it's being fluid or if it's being sketchy because it looks like it's sketchy. Just me learning how to live stream. This is practice run. And that screen share. And this is me now. So now it looks fluid. Now I think the preview is good. Okay. So I don't think that worked out good. I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to play it back and see. What I think happened is as soon as I tried to share a video and comment on it, two things went wrong. First of all, the video played real choppy and sketchy. It didn't flow like it's supposed to. And the second thing is that the audio from the movie wasn't mixed into the live stream. That's what the OBS software will do. So I'm gonna do another one. It'll probably take me 10 to 30 minutes to set up the live stream with the OBS software. I'm gonna try it again. That's it. Over and out. I see there's one other streamer. Could be Vincent. If that's you, Vincent. I'm going to try this again with using the streaming software, OBS. This was using YouTube's built-in live streaming software, but I don't think it's doing what I want it to do. I'm ending now. Yes.